Welcome everyone to Securi-Tay 2020. If you guys haven't seen our logo, not that we've plastered it literally everywhere, it's based off of the statue that's down by the shopping centre in Dundee. So as you can see, we've dressed up the penguins in fashion for today as well.
So obviously, before we start, we're going to go over some of the boring health and safety stuff. So there's no fire drill planned today, so if a fire alarm does go off, please make your way to the closest fire assembly points. You can also follow one of the committee or crew members and they'll be able to take you there. If there is any health and safety matters happen during the day, we have 2 first aid trained staff that will be walking around. Same with the security at the front of the university you would have walked past to get here. You can also find them if anything happens. Obviously, as you can see, those are our fire assembly points. One is directly across from the university and the other is in front of the library. Obviously, as I imagine you're all aware, the coronavirus has been in the news quite a lot recently. So I have a statement to quickly read from our Student Association. So, as you all may be aware, coronavirus is very much in the news. You will see outside the lecture theatres many bottles of hand sanitizer and just inside the SA office, which is across from the main lecture hall here. Please feel free to use them as you want. Do not take them away, and please use them for other people, leave them for other people to use. You will also find hand sanitizer in the sponsor area, and it feels a bit stupid to have to tell you all, but please remember that the best way to deal against infections and stuff like this is to wash your hands. So while you're crossing bar 1, before you touch any food or anything, please make sure to wash your hands. For beyond today, if any members of the conference feel unwell or display symptoms of the coronavirus, please get in touch with Public Health Scotland NHS 111. Please note that any alert will result in the Student Association sharing the attendee list with Public Health. So we appreciate you guys if you could follow these rules and watch out. Quickly, another point of health and safety is to let you know, I imagine you've all got a Securi-Tay beer can when you came in at reception this morning. They're really cool. I imagine you do all want to try them, but can we please remind you that you cannot drink alcohol on the university premises? So we would appreciate if you don't open any of the cans today.
If you need any help at any point today, you can find the 4 of us in our bright pink t-shirts here. We also have our crew, which you'll see at the back. There's a few of them up there, and they're also at check-in. So if you need any help, just find people in the bright pink or bright yellow. If in any emergencies, we do have our emergency line, which you can find in the back of your programme. Emergencies for this are such as a breach of the code of conduct. Anything else that can reach health and safety, but anything like that, you can find us.
On the point of our code of conduct, as attendees of Securi-Tay, we expect you guys to all abide by our code of conduct. You can find more information at wiki.hacksock.co.uk/COC. Anyone who is found to be in breach of our code of conduct today, we will be asking you to leave the conference, so please just respect the code of conduct.
So similar to the t-shirts, we have different coloured lanyards this year. You all would have been asked when you came in if you were okay with your picture being published. Obviously, the different coloured lanyards for us is to the difference between if you're okay with your picture being taken and posted on Twitter, for example, and the yellow one is if you don't want your picture sent anywhere. Obviously, there's a lot of people here today, so it would be hard for us not to have anyone in a yellow t-shirt in a picture. But same with for you guys, we would love if you can post on Twitter, post everywhere about the conference, but if anyone is in your picture with a yellow lanyard, we would please, can you respect that and not post the picture?
So, as I'm sure you're all aware, today we have 3 tracks of talks, and they are signposted up there. This is track 1. If you don't know where they are, ask a crew member and you'll figure it out. In case you don't know, the schedule for the talks is on our website, Securi-Tay.co.uk. You can also find it in your badge. It's pretty smart. You can, yeah. And it's in your program. It's everywhere. So find a talk you like and go and have a wee watch.
For the first time this year as well, we've got a designated workshop village. So the workshops are going to be run on kind of a first come, first served basis. So we would request specifically with our afternoon workshop, if you are wanting to attend, could you please turn up quite on time, quite prompt. So in the morning, we've got our lock picking workshop, which is going to be running 11 till 1. Just drop in as you please. And then in the afternoon, we've got Stefan running the attacker's point of view between 2 and 5.
Really quickly before we keep going, guys standing at the back, there's loads of seat at the front here, so please come forward. After this, you do have the opening keynote, so you don't want to be standing forever. But yeah, so I'm sure you have all noticed that you have got your programs now. You would have got them this morning. Inside your program, you have a little bit of paper in the front page, which is our sponsor bingo card. So this year, for the first time, we've decided to do a sponsor bingo. Basically, all it is the sheet of paper that's got the sponsor's logo on it. Without the sponsors, this conference wouldn't happen. So to encourage you guys to talk to them, if you speak to all the sponsors, you can get a little stamp on your card. Once you've got all of the logos stamped, you can put your card in a little raffle box that can be found at reception, and this will enter you in for a prize to potentially win a book bundle.
Speaking of Securi-Tay first, another thing we've decided to do this year is create a CTF. So we've had 5 members of our hacking society, some grads, some still students, create some challenges. You can recognize them by their very nice purple Securi-Tay hoodies. It's a bit different to a normal CTF. So around the conference venue, you may have spotted some penguins cutting about. They have QR codes next to them, and if you scan the QR code, that'll give you access to the challenge, and then you can from there solve the challenge. And if you go to ctf.securitay.co.uk, you can register, and that's where you'll submit flags. There is going to be a prize for the CTF, and the way we're doing it is it's like a raffle. So the more flags you submit, the more raffle entries you have, and the higher chance you have of winning the prize. And the prize is a Nintendo Switch Lite. Woo! Have a crack at, attempt at least one of the challenges. It's just a nice chance for some students to contribute more to the conference. So, yeah, that's that.
For Wi-Fi today, if you have an academic email, you can log into Eduroam. Just use your usual email and usual password. But if you don't have access to Eduroam, we have started Wi-Fi now. We're going to put some access codes in reception. So if you want Wi-Fi at any point today, just head across back to reception. You can find the code there.
We'd love if you guys can share what you're up to today on Twitter and on Facebook using the hashtag Securi-Tay2020, and you can also follow us at Abertay Hackers. We've scheduled some tweets to go out throughout the day, so you can kind of keep updated on what's going on as well. So without further ado, we'll hand you over to our opening keynote speaker. We've got Andrew Thompson from Synopsys. Synopsys were one of our platinum sponsors this year. So we've got Andrew speaking on vulnerability reporting in open source software.